So these guys are going to write down what they want, their statement, what their goal is essentially for this. They're going to generate a number of points, basically the argument's hit points.
Okay.
And then they're going to choose actions, one of these actions here, to try to protect their own argument while dismantling the other guy's argument.
Into yourselves and the sword. Don't forget that one.
Details.
To us. And I will lead you out. Oops, that's a lot of those.
Lead us safely and quickly to the surface, and we will keep the sword.
All right, so roll your. You guys all help each other. We set up the duelists.
Great.
Okay.
Body of argument.
So now, you roll. Hold on, Wilhelm. You roll first. So you're rolling to see how much your argument is worth. So your argument is worth 1 plus your will.
Something.
Yeah, plus your will.
All right. So you add 1 to the base will of 4. For a total of 5.
Yeah.
That's respectable. All right, now over here, since you don't have the skill, you got his help. You're going to roll your 7 dice because you're cheating Elven will.
Well, I have a will of 6.
Right.
Which is my base. Oh, and persuasion is based out of will. For some reason, I was thinking perception.
Yeah.
So I have 6 dice plus halved plus 6. Is that correct?
No. You're going to roll 6 dice.
Yep.
Yeah. Plus his help.
Oh, plus his help. Yeah.
Plus his help. Right, and your 2 successes equals 1 point to your
Right.
argument. That's where we're going here.
And my help isn't special. It's
No, it just.
divided in half as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. God
Ouch.
damn.
Oh, my lord.
So I get
That's a
2
lot.
there.
That's a lot.
And then I get to add that to my will.
So you have a total of 8.
8. Yep.
Well, okay.
It's actually not. It's
It
not
could have been
insurmountable.
worse. It could have been worse.
So what did you come out with? You came with 5? That's not bad.
The problem is also that he's pretty much with his 6 will immune to your intimidation attack.
That's my best move, too.
And because he has 6, and you already
You
used
already
your
used your
trait,
hackles, yeah.
so
Yeah.
you can use once per session. So you're going to have to win by cunning. All right, so choose your actions real quick.
Do that.
I was going to say, we were just
You guys can
determining-
confabulate.
Yeah.
So we reveal the actions one by one, volley by volley. So what's your first action?
Point.
And yours?
Point.
Okay. So in this case, the actions are independent of one another. They're not going to contest one another. You're both going to savage each other's arguments. In the case of similar actions, the eldest character speaks first. So that would be the elf.
By a lot.
So what's the elf's age? Just for the TV audience at home.
130.
130. How old's the rat?
20.
All right. The elf speaks first.
All right. Fithian steps forward and looks directly in the rat's eyes and says,
They're beady.
"You may bluster all you like, but should it come that we have no more use for you, we at least have a chance. You will be dead."
He tries to look unimpressed by your threat and says that only one who did not know the ways of the darkness below would make such a claim. I would take 100 blows from a dwarven blade before I would dare try to navigate these tunnels in the dark. You're a fool if you think that you can escape this place without my help.
His prophet's he's gonna sell us out to his prophet.
He has a lot of brothers.
Master Dwarf, will it take 100 blows from your blade to kill him?
Do.
Then I take the easier bargain.
And you chimed in with.
Has a lot of brothers.
I got backup.
Yeah.
Lots of brothers.
All right, so great. So gather yon dice. So you have your 2 persuasion. You have Andy's help.
Yes.
And did you?
I am below wise.
And below wise, right? So you brought in your below wise.
Indeed.
Well, right. You are rolling
have
7
a lot of
dice.
But
almost.
have my successes.
Kazow!
2.
2 successes for me.
2 successes for me.
So the successes relate directly to how many points you lose in your body of argument?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct. So right. So his 2 knock you guys down to 3. Your 2 knock him down to 6.
6.
Oh, goody.
So now, but what that
looking
means
good.
right now is that there's a compromise on the table on both sides. No matter who wins, there's going to be a minor compromise.
Okay.
So now you want to try to deepen that, hopefully. All right, volley 2. What do you got?
Point.
Faint.
Oh, and it's over. So, yeah, you get to make your point uncontested.
Does he say the point first, or do I say the feint first?
You can, if you want to stutter into a feint, go right ahead. That might help him.
You can open up with something that you're about to snatch away and we ignore it.
So I was going to bring up the fact that you and the dwarf are not as unified a team as you might think, and this whole we business is very nebulous.
You are young. We are born of the stars and of stone. We will have many years to discuss our differences. Should you choose wrongly, you will have but a few short moments. Yet,
Nice.
it is not all darkness for you. The generosity of the elven folk can be large. We could name you friend. You could travel in the light places instead of among these dark stones where your prophet calls your every move.
Do you join us? We will pay you, and you can visit the halls of the dwarves. Much drier than these.
Not a fan of muck tubes, huh?
All right, so 7 dice. He needs 6 successes to knock you guys out.
Well, we start with 2.
Starts with 2, but there are 2 sixes.
But there are 2.
But there are 2 sixes.
So you currently got him off by 1. So you're debating spending a fate
I
point.
am debating spending a fate point.
Live dangerously. What's the worst that can
Yes, I think this is a time to do that. So I will spend that fate point.
Oh, comes up
Eight.
empty.
And,
No,
one
fate points have been
and two.
unkind
Yes.
for you guys tonight. Okay, so that comes out to a net 1 loss
Yep.
off your dispo. So you guys are down from 3 to 2, and you're still in the game.
Yes, indeed.
happen? Boom.
Still in the game.
So volley 3.
Point.
Whoa, savage.
Dismiss.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yep.
All right. I saw you cringe when your brothers entered the room. You talk of the support that they will give you, but by your own words you are condemned. You called yourself valueless, and I think you are valueless to them. But you are not valueless to us. We will treat you fairly.
Robard, do you think these animals will give you any leave once they've taken the sword from us?
You may be born of stars and stone, but we are born of muck and tubes. This is our domain. You are a fool to even enter into this argument. You can hear my nest skittering around you in the dark. You are outnumbered, below the earth, carrying a piece of junk, which is probably not worth a thing, except to our prophet, who values it highly.
You have all the time to discuss your differences, but he will never give you the sword.
Nice.
Nice help on
His
this.
glorious visions may contain truths of your kind as well. Would you deny such access to wisdom?
Yes.
You're fools. You will pay with your lives for nothing. A trinket.
We're basing this off of his intimidation now.
Oh yes, intimidation.
Right, you're fools. You'll pay with your lives.
Yep.
Right,
Yeah.
that's
Yep.
intimidation.
Not worth it.
I
am-
And
I
he
am-
threw in
Yes.
persuasion.
Nice move. Thank you.
Oh, by the way, look at the crazy eyes.
Let's go back
case
to
you
the crazy
forgot.
eyes.
And then I thought I heard some
And-
fields of related knowledge in there.
Indeed, I am below wise.
Yes, you are.
I think I played junkwise actually.
Oh, because
Yeah?
it's worthless junk. Oh, I'll take it.
Bam!
I'll take it. Sounds good. And then take your
Appraisal.
one or the other.
Oh, one or the other. Okay, fine.
Junkwise or
Yep,
appraisal.
that's cool. I was kind of angling for doctrine, but I don't know if I got there.
How did you feel about the
I was trying-
mysteries of doctrine? I heard it.
No, it wasn't
Yeah.
enough, was it? It was kind of weak.
Kind of weak.
It felt a little weak.
I mean, you got a pile of dice.
You know, it's
Yeah.
cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
I was trying to hit everything.
All of the same.
All right. That looks good. I like that.
One short. The story of the night.
That
for
is
me.
5 successes
Oh,
over
and
here.
you're out of
No.
fate. Okay, so we have 5 successes over here.
I can't zero you
On
out.
the big dismiss, we have 5 successes, so that knocks him down
To
from
1?
6 to
Or
1.
Oh, wow.
And then over here we have he
Oh,
gets a
you're-
net of 1.
It's knocking me down to
knocking from
1.
2 to 1. So now
So I missed by 1.
they're both down to 1 point each. We go into the next round, the next exchange, knowing that that
And
one.
he hesitates for the first action.
That not only will 1 point
Oh,
knock you
crap.
out, but
Yeah, I
since
do.
the penalty for the dismiss, dismiss gets you 2 bonus dice. But if you fail to win with a dismiss, you have to hesitate for your next action. Never doubt the powers of bad luck, so be sure to choose your last 2 actions, just in case.
Yeah.
Okay, so volley 1, you guys are hesitating, being like, come on. And volley 2, volley 1 rather, on your side, your action, not volley 2, and volley 1, your action is?
I step in close and
Dismiss.
Dismiss. I step in close, put my sword right to his throat, and say, "The time of your decision is upon you, rat. Lead us to safety, and you will be well treated, or perish among these tunnels you love so well. You claim to love so well."
So you get 8 dice. You get
Okay.
your 6 base plus the 2 bonus from dismiss, and you need 2 successes.
2 successes.
Yeah,
Come on, 1. You can do it.
done it before. I can
You
do
have
it
done it
again.
before.
Bing.
Oh,
just
exactly
barely
2.
gets
Just
it.
what we needed.
Fantastic.
Nicely
Okay.
done, Elf.
You
Nicely
did get a
done.
major compromise out of us.
Okay,
Sword at throat. Elf menacing. It's kind of a great moment to think of the dismiss, right? The dwarf being like, grrr, but not really helping too much, and you two kind of considering your options now. So you know they have a weak case, right?
Uh-huh.
I mean, you've undermined
Yeah.
their point pretty thoroughly.
I think what we've both said has been relatively true.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in this case, so they reduce you down to all but 1 point. So that is the most major of compromises. This has got to be painful. Just to check our stakes here, right? So surrender yourselves to us, and I will lead you out. So all right. So surrender to us and the sword, right? So you guys get to keep the sword as long as you carry it,
Yeah.
right? And you have to make a detour.
Yes, and we're not asking them to surrender to us and hand over their weapons or anything. They can keep all that.
Right. Okay.
Just-
And what did you win though? What you did win.
We did win, and it's lead us safely and quickly to the surface, and we will keep the sword.
So then you're honor bound, or you're
Yeah.
you're oath sworn to actually lead him out of the nest.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the compromise. There it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
It's law. So but now the dwarf is like white knuckled holding the sword. He's got the crazy eyes in his hand.
There's a vein.
Right. Veins
Vein.
going up underneath his nice hat.
It is nice.
So.
It's armor.
So, Colin, this is actually up to you here and how you're going to play this out. Rules-wise, you're obligated to hand over the sword.
I hand it, or I hold it out to the elf, and I say, "But this is mine when they're done with it."
I acknowledge your clan had possession of this sword.
And then I kind of huff off.
And so you lead them to the nest.
All right.
I'm trying not to look cheerful.
Yep.
But one thing.
But one
as
thing.
soon as I have my hands on the sword,
Mm-hmm.
I wish to take a much closer look at these runes, where I have Elven artifact-wise.
Oh.
And I wish to settle in my own mind this question as to...
Look at the tang. That's the
Yeah.
that's the good
Seems
part.
important.
You get- all right. So a wise is a special skill, special knowledge skill in Burning Wheel. And these are traits. That's why the wise is not there. I'm looking for it. So you have like Tomb Wise, I think, in that character.
I do.
And so they're kind of esoteric knowledge. So you know a lot about tombs. He knows a lot about elven artifacts, and he is calling on. So what are you looking for?
Well, the original test, the rat's appraisal called into question the authenticity of the sword. I am looking. Essentially, I have a strong I have a very specific belief about this sword, that it was made by my father.
So you're looking for his mark on it?
Yeah, looking for his mark. I
Great.
think that's exactly what I'm looking for.
So that would be an interesting fact, an ob2 test of Elven artifact-wise.
See what the dice say. The dice say
I
yes.
say yes.
So you take a look at the sword, and you pull the screw and pull the the ivory handle apart, just very gingerly. You take a moment looking to see where the smith's stamp would be, and it is a dwarven mark in there. However, the handwriting on the fuller, the elven runes are in your father's hand.
Okay.
Is like you recognize your father's hand, and then you even you see his rune. It's on the on the invert of the fuller. There's two different phrases on either side of the blade, and then and the phrases are about friendship, union, brotherhood, stuff like that.
Cool.
But your father clearly had a hand in this sword.
Okay.
It is without a doubt. But the actual maker's mark on the tang is a dwarven mark.
Actually, I will look at it, and I'll screw it back down, and I will. Brechtans, your words bear greater weight than I knew. This is dwarven forged, although my father inscribed the runes. We both have a stake in this, and your claim is a strong one. Well, let us go see this prophet of yours and see what wisdom he possesses.
So, Sis introduces you to his clanmates. They live in old vaulted ceiling cellars and tunnels, like sewer tunnels that have been lifted up by heavings of the earth, so they're dry and but full of wreck and just all manner of detritus that they have pulled from various cultures, various eras, various ages, and there are dozens of Sizzes down here scurrying to and fro. So the main vaulted chamber, there's a high-backed chair from some lost, forgotten temple, in which sits, dwarfed by its its height, sits the visionary. He's he welcomes you. He praises his emissary, his messenger, Sis.
Ooh, really? I enjoy that.
And he crawls down off the chair and comes and inspects the blade personally with his old rheumy eyes. And as he comes forward, you get a buzz of power from him. He clearly is possessed of some vortex of unpredictability. You also get the sense that it comes more from the activity of his people rather than perhaps from his own nature. And he kind of capers about and has this devious look in his eyes. And he offers you, welcome heroes and friends and travelers. It's so rare that we have visitors. Nice. Yes, come sit and banquet with us. So he has a little rat banquet for you, which is full of cast-off food. And
I go over to my little stash and I start bringing stuff for Robar to check out. Look at this. Look what I
I'll
got.
praise these appreciatively. Quite enthused. Perhaps offer to barter you for something exciting. Or even if
so
it's not.
while you're at your stash, while you're being feted, has kind of pulls you to a side. Mm-hmm. Well done.
I sort of, put my head down and don't.
They don't know that they will be the feast.
Yes. That's kind of news to me, but I just sort of go along with it.
Yeah. And so he hands you a really terrible facsimile of the sword.
Yes, master.
Just in case.
Say the word and I will serve you however I can.
Make the switch.
Yes, the switch.
Once you've made the switch, then we will fall on them. It's too dangerous to fall on him while he has that sword. We don't know what it does.
Of course you are wise.
The visionary has seen much slaughter.
This one is our friend. He will help us in this.
Yes, yes, he will.
To my utmost.
Yes, this one has been well paid in advance.
With a lantern.
A line of credit, in fact, extended on this one's life.
Borrowed time.
Seems one is always in debt. So, you have your new mission.
Yeah. Yep. Take the crappy forgery.
It's a really obvious forgery.
Please tell me it's
Like
made
as
of,
in like he
timbers.
ran back ahead of you to the
Right.
nest and like they
Gave a
wrapped
vague
it.
description of
Yeah,
it.
it wrapped it in tinfoil.
It's a sword. You know, it's
really
pointy
is.
on this end. And,
Right. There's a big ruby in it. There's no ruby.
and the elf, what's the current disposition of the sword? Are you walking around with it in your hand? Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Highly likely.
I thought you
Yeah,
probably
so
would.
yeah, I sit down at the banquet table and, right between the,
Right.
between the
Right between
legs.
your legs.
How's the dwarf dealing? What's going on there?
I fully expect something terrible to go down. So
I can't imagine why.
You do happen to notice that you're seated at this little banquet table. It's just you,
like us.
you four, and then everyone else is kind of seated behind you,
at
and
this other
just
banquet table.
at another banquet table.
With their swords.
Each holding just kind of a rusted, broken implement, and a knife or spoon. And the visionary is sitting in his high back chair, just kind of intently watching. Eat, eat.
The board you have spread for us is exceptional, Lord of the Underworld. But tell me, your emissary spoke of a ritual that you wish to perform with this sword. Can you describe what it is that you hope to achieve?
You see some vision swirling in his head, and he says, "No, it is profane. It is profane to speak of the vision."
I see. Well, you must understand this sword is forged by.
Oh, I understand
What is it you understand?
that it is forged. Everyone's and you hear chittering behind you. It is forged. It is forged.
Forged.
Perhaps a display
A display?
of its forgedness. Perhaps a song from the elf.
Indeed. How else can I honor such a gracious host?
Or maybe the elf will play his flute.
The elf will do that.
awesome.
My friend dwarf.
May I take
Yeah.
the sword?
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm with you.
He's handed me the sword.
I'm under the table. I'm gonna make my move.
Okay.
So,
Like
all right,
he-
that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Is that,
All
is that,
of
is
these
it
things
possible?
are
Is it
viable.
possible?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. It's
So then
it's all
that's-
it's all in question.
It's all in question. Yeah. Okay.
I'm
so that's what
scurrying
you,
through the muck with
So you're gonna
a
try
very
to.
bad forgery.
So right, you're gonna try to pass the forgery into the.
That's the plan.
And I guess then, are you gonna grab the sword?
I think that's going to have to be the way of it.
So right, so you gotta hand the dwarf the sword as you pull your flute out,
yeah.
and the rat's gonna try to insert the forgery.
I have no skills in that whatsoever.
It's
So
going to be
Sleight of hand
wonderful.
test.
sleight of hand, right? Which I don't have.
And same thing, and for you to remove the sword, it's both sleight of hand.
Oh,
So
goody.
so
This is gonna go great.
It's,
Yeah,
At least you're stealthy.
Yes.
okay, sure. You guys are hiding under the banquet table.
Half the party went missing.
We don't notice them. Whoop.
They're gone. They don't come.
Yeah.
They went away from the, and it was just you two put on display.
Yeah,
Oh,
we were looking
okay.
at his
They had gone.
treasures.
They had gone away.
Quite
They're inspecting
appreciative.
my treasures.
Okay.
You really don't need to worry. This is not gonna work.
No, I'm gonna stick by my guns here.
Yeah.
So you're going to test your perception
Okay.
versus your agility. And since they're both unskilled, you don't have observation, she doesn't have sleight of hand. Same thing over here. Perception versus agility on both sides.
I got 3.
Big green sucky dice get 2 successes.
We'll get
5
there.
and 5.
We'll get there.
I'm going to use
One of these
8
days.
to open my 6.
Oh, two to two.
Okay.
Okay.
And
Hold on there. Okay, go.
I'm down by 1 right now, so I'm
Failing.
failing.
I'm gonna. So here you go.
Yep.
You're fooled. You're
Right.
flat fooled. You pull out your flute, hand out sword, and you realize what's happened. You know
Okay.
you see the sword disappear underneath the table.
Okay.
You're not fooled.
Okay.
Yeah, you get halfway through the action there, and you see him like grinning like a fool over this
Right.
big
Hey!
this big paste ruby or something. So
Yeah.
so your hand is not on the sword right now. It's like you've got it by the blade,
Right.
pulling it under. What do you do?
I'm gonna just carry through and play my song.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so what are you gonna do now that your hands are on the precious blade?
Oh, I didn't think that far.
It's time to think on thine feet or thy knees, I
Oh,
suppose,
quite
under
so.
the table.
We're down under the table together, right?
Yes.
So hold on. So this is your moment.
Yeah, this is a
Which way
big
is it
decision.
out?
That's okay too. No one knows which way is out.
You have to help me pay off my debts.
I do.
Everybody does.
Okay.
Go ask
Who? What?
your annoying brother in arms.
Ask who?
Go tell him you got it. See what happens. I need to be able to leave, and I have to pay some debts
Yes.
off.
Yes. Yes.
All of those things. No dying for me. Hopefully not for you.
Yes. Robard. Yes, my friend.
I'll scurry off to Haz.
And you're hiding still? You're just clinging, hiding? You've got it.
I've got it.
You don't know how to use it.
No. I really would just like to leave and not die.
You're gonna take your seat at the table?
Hey-o.
That seems entirely inappropriate and right.
Okay, sure.
It's how we do.
So you just kind of emerge and sidle down. You're actually pretty good at this stuff.
Yeah.
You're actually very good at not being noticed doing dumb things. All right.
Thankfully.
So Wilhelm, we're back to so you're. I suppose you're basing this off of Song of Songs again.
Yeah, Song of Songs plus the Song of Merriment.
So yeah, 4 dice.
And sing, does that...
No, that's when you decide to turn off the nonsense.
Okay,
and
yeah,
just
that's what I
sing like a
thought, but
normal
I
person.
just wanted to... All right, so Ob 2, I believe, is what we've determined?
Ob 2, yep.
Yes, all right, so let's see if it works any better. Yeah, this is our chance to get back and get a drop here, so... Persona, there it is. And we have 1, 2, 3 successes, so that
And
gets...
it's open-ended.
6
It's open-ended,
automatically
that's right.
explodes.
That is right. So 4 successes. So plus 2
Okay.
Ob on the hesitation, they must make
What
steel
happens?
tests.
So you are going to roll your steel of 3. What's your steel?
7.
Oh, goody.
Ooh, you're pretty tough, but
Yeah.
your will is crap, right? So you also have to test.
Yep.
Everyone has to test, but even the rats would have to test. So you have to roll your steel of 3, and you have to get 6 successes.
Oh, goody.
Yeah, sorry.
It's hard.
But it is open-ended.
6s automatically explode.
That's
2
a
with
start.
1 6, so leave the 6 so I can count.
I am wondered.
All right, so 2. So now
Damn.
this becomes
3, 4.
a margin of failure.
With 2 6s.
Okay. Very nice.
5. We need 1 more
Another
to not
6.
hesitate.
Or was your hesitation 6?
7. It says
wait.
6/7.
Oh, yeah.
So remember,
you're
plus 2 on
skittish.
your hesitation because of...
I have a thing, yeah.
Oh no, skittish doesn't come into play here for 1
Oh,
minute,
okay.
but so it's 6, so it's 8.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay, alright. I can roll another 6 probably.
He's fucking cheating elf.
Oh, 5, alright.
So-
Didn't do it.
So 6 successes out of the necessary 8. So right. So for the steel test, Burning Wheel kind of takes the philosophy that everybody blinks. It's just how long do you blink for. So you are just caught up in the spell.
Very good.
You also
Oh,
flubbed.
goody.
Oh, I got 1 success.
Yeah. All right. So you guys are drooling away, enjoying the fun of the
Merriment.
Yep.
That sounds good.
and you're just almost through. Haas is is looking at you intently, and then he just kind of turns away, starts staring up at the stars that are suddenly glittering from the ceiling. The visionary is clapping along to the beats. So you have the room wrapped.
Okay.
You have a split second before you emerge.
So is the sword? Who has the sword?
Yeah.
Lord still has the sword.
Yeah, she failed that test against you,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
you quite obviously know that she has, she has the sword.
All right.
So what do you do?
I calmly step over to Robard, pick up the sword, go stand behind the visionary's chair, and hold the sword to the visionary's throat.
All right, so you snap out of it by the time he has the sword.
Yeah.
You're free and clear. Everybody else is still enraptured, right? Thinking about the.
Think about all your wonderful trinkets.
Yeah. So what do you do? So he's got the sword and he's looking around. His eyes fall upon the visionary. Now you are oath sworn
I am to
but the duel of wits. The duel of wits
Lead
results are
him.
still in effect.
and the sword back out again
Yep.
after the ritual.
Yep.
Safely.
Yeah.
Yes. And
That-
it seems that the ritual does not have our safety in mind.
Yeah.
Those are details that I wasn't privy to. Can hardly be held accountable for someone else's plans for your
It
demise.
wasn't your vision.
Well, I had the opportunity. I'll interfere. I'm not going to let you just go over and do it. So I guess I have to try to disarm you.
Oh, so really, you're gonna leap at him
Yeah.
before he gets to the visionary?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How does that jive with the leaving them out in safety with the sword?
Well, I'm not trying to hurt him, but it looks like he's going to hold the visionary at sword point.
Mm-hmm. Maybe
Okay.
you can make him a better offer.
Maybe.
I have all ears. Long,
Yeah,
pointy
maybe.
ones.
That's a good point. I might be pushing the safety thing if I attack him. Okay. All right. Wait.
Yes. Speak quickly.
Do not harm the visionary. We need him. Stay your hand, elf.
Will you lead us from this place?
No, I will lead you now. Come with me quickly.
Okay.
Hard sell. Excellent.
I have to lead the dwarf too, though, don't I?
Yep.
I'm bound to do that too. Crap. You're still wild-eyed and married. I can just grab you and drag
Yeah,
you.
if you start to lead me, I was going to do the same thing. I was just going to grab him and
So you guys-
Yeah.
Okay.
Each take him,
Yeah.
and you abandon Robard?
Yeah.
Excellent.
I'm not really abandoning him. Like, he seems cool and
Right, like I'm super excited. I fit in.
he has some
right?
sort of relationship with Haas. They seem like they're friendly. Right?
They're bros.
I mean, I don't,
All right,
yeah.
so then
Very good.
why don't you two make a speed test
All right.
to
Get out of here before the spell wears
Yep,
off.
to grab him, not you, not Colin, they're,
right,
they're
okay.
hauling you, to grab him and hoof it out of here before the spell wears off.
I hope he is aware I'm saving his life.
So
I'm going to be in big trouble.
you can make this together with one helping the other,
Okay.
if you so desire.
I will lead.
Yeah, you're
All
probably
about
super.
hustling.
Ready to go.
I'm ready to go. Ready to lead.
I am speed 5.
That
So
means you
that's
can
two
give me
dice.
2 dice.
All right.
Odd 3 to get out of here
All
before
right.
the spell wears off.
Happy dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So you snap out of it, and you find yourself alone in a room full of rats, giant rats that talk with forks and spoons.
Goody. And no sword. It's time to leave.
So you bolt.
Yeah, it's time to go.
Okay. So you have some stuff. on
Some
your side.
means to
So all right. So right, you can try to hide actually, or you can run. You can just flat out try to like hoof it and go, or you can try to play cat and mouse with them.
Well, let's pretend we can be sneaky to start, as hapless as that is.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so you're gonna roll your stealthy versus
Very
your
good.
pursuer's observation, which they do have.
Inevitably. Okay.
So, and you are not in a tomb. So, all right.
Glass. And I have no new spoon, but 3 successes.
All right. I get 2, you get 3, and you manage to elude your captors before they can cook you for dinner.
Oh, good.
As you
Nicely done.
bolt. And So you three rapidly find yourselves at a as you snap out of it at a crumbling staircase that emerges into the blue light of morning.
Sense of the outer world.
And you have fulfilled your bargain.
I will never work with treacherous elves and dwarves again. Turning on helpless visionaries when they're ensorcelled. You have no honor.
You
Keep your
speak
wretched
falsely.
blade.
We agreed to pay you, and pay you we shall.
Yeah, keep your coin.
All right.
So he's still gripping tightly to the
To the fate.
to the fake sword.
Like I finally realize. Get outside. The gem falls off.
Droops.
Just
Give me that.
iris out on the dwarf.
Yeah. So
Or-
we leave our adventurers here. With Sis rejecting payment.
I'm a true believer now.
Fithian and Brectons hand in hand walking out into the daylight, and poor Robard, lost in the dark, alone, but safe for the moment. Perhaps a new inductee for the cult. But so there you go.
Hooray!
Excellent.
Once again, Elf wins. So let's do rewards. So let's look at your beliefs.
Okay.
So we'll start over there with the Yon winner. So read off your
Okay.
beliefs.
My first belief is this sword was made by my father. Using its markings, I will demonstrate its origin to my companions so they cannot dispute its ownership.
None.
You
Nice.
certainly did.
So that when you accomplish a belief like that, when you clearly wrap up a belief, that's a persona point. So that's how you earn those points. So one persona point for you. Keep going.
Okay. I must return this lost sword to my father so that he will forgive me and allow me to return from my exile.
We didn't quite get there on
Yep.
I think that would be probably the next session.
But you did work towards that.
That's
doing
true.
Did you bring up your dad? I mean, you brought up
I
your
brought
dad's
it up.
marking?
Yeah, I brought that up, but no, I think that was not something that I really talked about or
Right.
Okay.
demonstrated anyway.
Yeah.
True friends and companions are a great treasure, and I will not let mine come to harm.
Dare say he played it.
I do believe so. Yeah, I
good.
was trying to keep the group together, and
There was a
not-
lot of threatening
yeah.
to kill the rat,
Yeah.
but you didn't actually.
It was more of a
You're hired help.
So
Right.
motivating
that's a
tactic.
fate point and persona point then.
Okay.
Nicely done.
The sword was a treasure of my clan for generations, stolen by foul Rodin, and abandoned here. I'll restore it to its rightful place among my people.
You definitely tried. You definitely took your best shot at it. So that's a fate point when you try.
Right?
What else?
Words may be eaten, but blood is forever once spilled. Better a heated exchange than an exchange of blows.
Yeah, you restrained
Yeah,
yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a bunch.
Yeah, a bunch.
You did. You did.
Yeah, you could have escalated to violence
Many.
many times.
My companions and I have seen much hardship together. I'll get them home safely. Except for that part where the wonderment kicked in. And I kind of lost it. And my oath is, my uncle Davlin is proud but destitute. I will do anything to restore his fortunes.
Not really. So it looks like 2 fate points over there.
Yep.
Cool.
Have to enter the fields of paradise. I must present my visionary with this fabled sword.
Is that it?
No, I have more.
Okay.
Oh, that's the entire belief. yeah.
So all right. Well, you
I think I did that.
you accomplished it.
I get to enter the fields of paradise.
Yay!
All
Persona.
green.
Yep.
The prophet says, to conquer from weakness, divide the strong. I will encourage the interlopers to argue among themselves. I tried that at first with the dwarf and the elf, but I didn't really pursue it much after that. Well, I guess I
You got
during
Robard
the
on your side. Robard's
that's
an
true.
interloper.
And during the
Sure.
Duel of Wits, I did it too. Actually,
Yeah.
I forgot about
So
They
it's
that.
came
fate
up.
point.
So yeah, fate. These squabbling mice, that's funny, hired me to lead them to their treasure. I will now collect what I am owed, or else.
You didn't go for that one.
No, I decided not to pursue that belief.
That's fair.
I learned as I went that I actually did believe in the visionary. So.
But you have a 4th because you're special.
Yeah, I have loyal. Physic, the visionary, will guide us to seize the fields of paradise from men, as prophesied. I will serve him to my dying breath.
I think you
I think I did.
served. He pushed you into the Duel of Wits to go to the nest.
Yeah.
So at the very least, he played it.
Yeah.
I played it. Maybe I didn't
Yeah.
resolve it, but
I guess you Moldbreaker for that one. at the very end, he chose to go with the actual result of the duel of wits rather than that belief.
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay, so in the case where you dramatically break a belief, where you make a big, meaningful decision about that, you get a reward.
Okay.
And you
Excellent.
get a persona point. And it's not that we want you to play a belief a certain way. We just want you to
Challenge it.
challenge it. Right. All right, Andy.
Master Kogan of the gambling house is going to break my knees if I don't pay off my debts. I've got to get paid in this venture. Didn't get paid.
You didn't get paid. You were actually. I think you also broke that. You were very generous and magnanimous all around.
Yeah.
You put them and. But yeah, at the very end, you said, "Wait, I have to get paid."
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did
I was-
finally go for it at the last
Sure.
stage.
Right, where you could have actually made a break with the sword.
Yeah.
So all right.
Alas, too late.
So it's a choice. All right. So no, we'll take the fate point there. Okay. What?
I was the one who figured out where this treasure was. It belongs to me, and that didn't come up at all.
No. That's all right.
And then
And,
the dwarf is not to be trusted. His greed will be the doom of us all. If he makes a move, I'll have to push someone else into his path.
So you definitely sided with the rat there. Nice.
Yep, that was good.
So two fate.
Very good.
Fantastic. And then we would do MVP and workhorse for this one. So you guys, the MVP is a player who made like a crucial test to kind of keep things moving, and the workhorse is somebody who helped, labored behind the scenes to.
I certainly feel like, the rat was definitely the axis around which
Sure.
everything resolved, so that feels like workhorse to me.
Okay. And then I guess probably Elf Boy for MVP for the final test for the
Yeah.
Song
Yeah.
of Song of
Yeah,
Merriment.
That was great.
That was a
Yeah,
nice moment.
that was pretty crucial. It was going to get ugly
Yeah.
fast.
It's going to get abrupt.
Yeah. Cool. So that would be persona points on both sides.
Awesome.
All right.
So I walk
Thanks.
away with 2 persona and 1 fate.
Nice.
Cool.
Thanks for playing. I hope you had a good time.
Thanks
Yeah.
for running.
Thanks
Thanks
for
for
running.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was fun.
All right. And thanks for watching.